Good morning, Foothill. Today is Thursday, January 18th, 2018. I'm Taylor Canoff.
And I'm Danny Cerna.
On today's show, you will see a video on Martin Luther King Jr.
And later on, you'll see a video on the faculty fashion.
Teachers, please open your email for question of the day. The email address is foothilltv404@gmail.com.
Foothill Television starts now. In breaking news, a U.S. Marshal was killed and at least 2 officers were wounded Thursday morning when gunfire erupted during a service of a warrant in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the mayor announced.
4 people have been killed by falling trees and debris as a fierce windstorm blows across the northern Europe. Gusts of up to 90 miles per hour have knocked over transport trucks and disrupted flights in Germany and the Netherlands.
And now for question of the day. Which of the traditional 5 senses are dolphins believed not to possess? Now, let us watch a little history lesson about Martin Luther King Jr. with reporter Noelle Cesny and photographer Miles Carr.
I'm reporter Noelle Cesny with photographer Miles Carr behind the camera. Today we're going to go see the history of Martin Luther King. Let's go. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday was first observed as a national holiday in 1986. However, his life had become a fixed part of American mythology for years prior to this. Indeed, to many African Americans whose rights he helped expand, to many other minorities whose lives his victories touched, and to many whites who welcomed the changes his leadership brought, King's life seemed mythological even as he lived it. When King was assassinated in 1968, the nation shook with the impact. Riots broke out in over 100 American cities. King was almost immediately sanctified by the white-controlled media, which, however, in its coverage of his accomplishments, also neglected the radicalism of his final 3 years. Instead, his contemporaries focused on the spirit and the accomplishments of the middle of King's career. For many born after his death, he is known best for the "I Have a Dream" speech, which reflects the spirit and which he delivered in 1963 at the height of his fame. The federal holiday commemorates this king, who articulated the progressive human hope of the early 1960s. And that was the history of Martin Luther King. I'm reporter Noelle Cesny with photographer Miles Carr behind the camera.
And on this segment, we will check out our faculty's fashion, and afterwards, we will have Daria with weather.
I'm Mr. McKinley. I teach AP Government and Regular Government here at Foothill. You're looking at jeans, t-shirt, maybe a polo shirt, nothing too fancy. I definitely prefer comfort over style, as you can tell.
I'm Mr. Hermanson. I definitely prefer style and fashion over comfort. I try to dress professionally, so you have to wear as a guy, you wear dress pants and a dress shirt, and dress shoes, look like a professional. On Fridays, I always wear Penguin t-shirts. It's just kind of a thing. I like the brand and I like Penguin, so it's casual Friday, it's Penguin Friday.
So, do I prefer style or comfort? I'm going with a mix of both because you gotta look stylish, but you gotta be comfortable. Go-to at school definitely is usually something warm for inside the classroom because this place is freezing all the time. And the second thing is typically I wear Vans, nice stylish Vans. One of my most important things for fashion at work actually isn't my clothes, but it's my hair. Because I got crazy hair, the most important thing I wear every day is my mousse.
When it comes to quality and comfort, I prefer a little bit of both. I want to look good, but I want to be comfortable doing what I do out here, My go-to item for work is right here, the night, black and the gold, can't do without it. I get up in the morning, how I choose what I'm going to wear is it's all about the black and the yellow. Come on, we're nice. Can't go to work looking like a tiller, right?
And now on to our 5-day weather forecast. It is currently partly cloudy and 64 degrees Fahrenheit with a very slight breeze and no chance of rain. Temperatures are going to peak today at 1 and 2 p.m. with a temperature of 73 degrees. And now on to for the next 5 days. You can expect temperatures to be in the 60s, and the lows will be in the low 40s and high 30s. And you're going to expect some sun this weekend, and it's going to continue on to Monday, as far as I know. So thank you for tuning into our weather segment.
Perfect.
Yesterday in professional sports, the Los Angeles Lakers lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder 114-90, and the Los Angeles Clippers beat the Denver Nuggets 109-104. Today in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers play the Orlando Magic at 4 o'clock p.m., and the Houston Rockets play the Minnesota Timberwolves at 6:30 p.m. Yesterday in the NHL, the Anaheim Ducks beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-3. Today, the Los Angeles Kings play the Pittsburgh Penguins at 7 p.m. Now with Danny Montano with Jess Balicki and Emily Millhouse.
Hello, my Foothill friends. Welcome back to yet another edition of the Live Guest Interview segment. I'm your host, Danny Montano, and today I have the privilege of interviewing two aspiring young queens, Emily Millhouse and Jessica Balicki. Now, ladies, I'd like to start off with some positivity. What's something awesome that happened to you guys today?
Jessica gave me a ride to school.
A ride to school. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Now, you guys have a short film coming up. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
So basically, it's going to revolve around these teenagers that experience, they're living in a city and there's been recent kidnappings, and they never think it's going to happen to them until one of them, in fact, is kidnapped, and as it progresses, you're going to find out where and how they got kidnapped, and we're in association with the police department right now, and we're going to have resources from them, and also some psychiatric hospitals, so.
Oh wow, so this is big time.
Yeah.
Now, where did the motivation to make something like this come from?
Well, I've always been into photography, but I recently got some new equipment, fortunately, so I was like, you know what, I should try it out, so it's kind of a test run, but we'll see how it goes.
Alright, there is a first time for everything, right? Now, let's say I'm an aspiring actor trying to make it big, and I want this to be my big break. Where can I try out? Are there any roles available? Who can I talk to? Who can I contact? How can I be a part of this?
Well, if you're interested in becoming an extra or an actor, you can contact Emily and I on our social media. You can see Danny, he'll give you anything you need to know.
That's at Dan Ojara, by the way. Just put it out there. If you guys want. It's been a pleasure, ladies. Emily, Jessica, chase greatness, and back to you, anchors.
Thanks, Danny. Now for world news.
Today, the very first lifeguard drone rescue occurred on an Australian beach. A drone rescued two teenagers from a rough surf by dropping an inflatable rescue pod. Thanks to the drone, the rescue happened 3 times faster than usual.
China has been destroying imports that are labeled produced in Taiwan. China views Taiwan, despite the island being independent, as a Chinese province. The labels not destroyed specify Taiwan as a region of mainland China.
In local news, a reporter was released proposing a second Hollywood sign to be made and placed on the other side of the mountain, allowing for viewer opportunities and for tourists.
Lincoln Woodward was officially charged with the murder of Blaze Bernstein. He faces a maximum sentence of 26 years in prison.
Now for 3 things that you should know.
New Year's Day is, on average, the coldest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere and the warmest in most of the Southern Hemisphere.
January is named after a Roman god, Janus, who was believed to watch over the gate to the new year.
There's a school called Millennium High School in Tracy, California, whose mascot is the Falcon, making them the Millennium Falcons.
Now it's time for announcements. Foothill will be hosting the French Exchange Student February 24th to March 9th. If you would like to host a student, see Ms. Stein in room 220 for more information.
New off-campus passes have gone into effect. If you fail to receive your new sticker in time, your parent must send a note to release you early or must sign you out in the office.
Boys volleyball tryouts are tomorrow, January 19th from 4 to 5:30 in the Event Center. All players are welcome. If you have further questions, contact Foothill Knights Boys VB@gmail.com.
The next Saturday school is this Saturday, January 20th from 8 to 12. It will clear 4 detentions. If you are not signed up with one of your teachers, please meet by the cafeteria before 8 a.m. Don't be late. The answer to question of the day is smell, and the winner is to be announced.
There are no senior birthdays today.
Today's quote of the day is, "It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog." Mark Twain.
Thank you for watching the show today. I'm Danny Cerna.
And I'm Taylor Canoff.
Have a Tangerine Thursday, Foothill.